Bitcoin is bouncing back up, and that is something we have been predicting on the channel here. The calm before the storm, exactly. Bitcoin has been moving higher, but still didn't grab all of the topside liquidity. So basically there's still a lot of potential left here. So that's exactly what we need to discuss within today's update video. We will dive in towards the most important Bitcoin charts, the latest news in the markets here, and also of course a little bit of Ethereum and altcoins. So from there guys, make sure to first of all subscribe to the channel. We are literally on the verge of hitting 4K subscribers, and watch and like my latest YouTube videos, and then we can dive in towards the most important content. Since Bitcoin is bouncing back ever so slightly, and that is exactly because of this news hitting the market. Trump just signed an executive order to allow Bitcoin and crypto 401ks. So that is going to be hugely bullish for the crypto markets. And also we saw Trump sign an executive order preventing banks from denying services to lawful crypto firms. So basically this news has been driving up the Bitcoin price action back to the top side, and that is of course looking quite good here. Back trading within this bull flag and even moving towards the top side of resistance once again. Also still trading above this major support line, which we have been discussing on the channel. We are still trading above it, so we are still looking good here. If Bitcoin is going to lose this support line, it's definitely not looking very good, because that would mean that Bitcoin will enter another downtrend. But for now, it doesn't look like Bitcoin will do so, and we have been bouncing back ever so slightly. That does make a lot of sense, because Bitcoin still has to catch up with the global liquidity here back to the top side, because we still have a massive move coming for Bitcoin versus the global liquidity here. We have been perfectly following the global liquidity to both the downside and from there to the top side, and I don't think this is going to end here. I do think this move is about to get completed, and then we have a very big correction to the downside coming. But now the global liquidity is starting to bounce back to the upside, like discussed in my latest YouTube video. So that is definitely looking quite good. This new uptick in momentum for the global liquidity, that is definitely going to be very important for this bull market, I think. But yeah, we basically just have to see how the data is going to play out for the global liquidity here. It's going to be super important data for basically seeing how long this bull market is probably going to last. So please keep this chart in mind, but we will be discussing it every day from now on in these update videos. There's still a lot of liquidity piling up above that Bitcoin price action, exactly at that 120,000, now even 119,000 US dollar level. I do still think, since the majority of the liquidity is stacking up at the top side, it's still likely for Bitcoin to be moving even higher to grab this top side liquidity here. I do think we could see so, because with Ethereum it's already happening here. We've grabbed a lot of this downside liquidity, which we have been talking about in the previous updates videos. So congratulations if you did make an Ethereum trade over there, because yes, we have been moving higher, grabbing that topside liquidity. So that is definitely making me quite excited, and it's looking good there. I do think, since we have grabbed a lot of the downside liquidity, Ethereum could cool off a little bit here. Of course, it could be shooting higher because we're trading close towards that range high from Ethereum, which we will discuss in more detail later in this video. But yeah, we did grab a lot of the topside liquidity, so we could see a cool off. Let's see about exactly that. I do think that yes, Bitcoin is just in that final wave. There's still a lot left for Bitcoin in this ending stage of the cycle, which is usually the most bullish stage of the cycle. And of course, we saw this news hitting the market, but we did discuss that in the beginning of the video. So guys, from there, if you do want to be trading Bitcoin and altcoins yourself, make sure you do it on Bitunix, because this is going to be the most beginner friendly platform out there, because here you can claim over 400 US dollars just by signing up on the channel. So make sure to check Bitunix out if you're getting interested in trading Bitcoin and altcoins yourself, guys. And from there, I do want to discuss Ethereum. So is it going to be this simple for Ethereum? Once again, shaking out the bears in this consolidation phase, seeing a major swipe of the order book at the downside, grabbing the liquidity there, and from there seeing a big bounce and new move to the top side. It seems like Ethereum history is exactly repeating once again here. So it is looking quite good here. Ethereum is actually moving back towards that conservative case target, which is that $4,000 target. We did not hit it yet, so I didn't take profits on my Ethereum spot positions, but I'm quite sure I will be doing so in like the next weeks here, because it seems like it's imminent for Ethereum to be moving towards that $4,000 target, that range high target, because Ethereum just keeps grinding and pushing higher. And I do think we are going to hit that conservative case target quite soon, and we could be moving even higher towards that bull case. But like discussed in a lot of my other videos, me personally, I'm going to rotate more in towards altcoins at that conservative case level, because I do think if Ethereum is going to see this push higher towards the bull case, from there in that exact area altcoins will go the most parabolic. I don't think it's going to happen exactly here before that 4,000 range high. I do think in this exact move it's going to happen for altcoins, and definitely once Ethereum moves, for example, above the previous all-time high, yeah, then altcoins will truly start going parabolic. But yeah, let's see about it. I did discuss this in a lot of my other videos, so also make sure to check those out. Ethereum versus Bitcoin is breaking out of the reaccumulation range, so that is looking insanely good. We can see a clear breakout above the range. It could still turn out to be a bull trap, but yeah, Ethereum versus Bitcoin is looking quite bullish here, so I don't think so. I do think this is going to be a huge breakout to the top side, with this daily candle confirming above the range. So definitely looking quite good. There's still a lot of momentum left for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Just look at the potential there still is for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I don't think this is going to be the moment where you should already be taking most of your profits. Definitely not on altcoins. On Ethereum itself, I do get it, but I do think for altcoins the best is yet to come. BlackRock did buy over $100 million worth of Ethereum today, so that is looking quite good. And also the ETF flows just in general were starting to look a little bit better. For Bitcoin, over $280 million in inflows, and for Ethereum we saw over $220 million in inflows again. So that is definitely looking quite promising. After we saw, of course, this major drawdown, we are now seeing a new move to the upside for those Ethereum ETF flows, and that is going to be super important for that Ethereum price, in my opinion. We also have these Ethereum mega whales basically buying a lot of Ethereum recently, so that is yet another bullish indication on-chain data, basically, that Ethereum is in high demand here. And like discussed in the video yesterday, I do think this is going to be one of your final opportunities to be accumulating altcoins, because I do think the bottom is in, or it's getting very close here. So yes, this is going to be the summer where you do want to accumulate altcoins, because this is probably going to be one of your last chances before Q4 is already going to hit, and that is going to be a very bullish quarter for altcoins, in my opinion. So guys, that was it for today's update video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's update video, and I will see you guys in the next update video tomorrow.